Yeah, that's, but the few years there's been blowouts are unusual. You expect it to be a fight, and I'm so proud of our guys for the fight they had, and, we haven't played in the fourth quarter, and that was the next obstacle and barrier we had to come through on, and, credit Harvard. They played their tails off. It was a great game. It's a typical college football game with two really good teams going back and forth, and we were very fortunate to come up with a few more plays, and they said I'm really proud of our guys, and the work they put into it is for these fourth quarters, and that was really nice.
For the players, please.
So basically, they tried a little reverse pass play, and I'm coming down and I see the receiver releasing, so I just locked onto him and he threw it up and I made the play. Yeah, so I mean, it was I wrapped up on the guy. Coaches teach us. We go through it every week. We do strip drills, so it was just ingrained in my mind. It was a habit, so.
With the offense struggling for most of the day, how did the defense look at that as an opportunity to step up?
Oh yeah, I mean, our offense, they still put up 29 points, and they had it wasn't the performance that they've had in previous weeks, but that just meant that the defense had to step up and we had to do our job.
Mark, same question for you. How much better of a challenge?
Yeah, I mean, Harvard's got a great team. Luckily we got a real strong defense and a real strong offense. And as long as we get the lead, I feel like our defense feels confident going out there and protecting that lead. And we're ready to get the ball back to the offense. Every series. So we know once we do that, we got a really good chance of winning it.
Yes, the first two on the field goal drive in the second quarter, the two catches. One was one-handed. Talk about that a little bit. How you made it, the concentration it takes to do it.
Yeah, that was a cool play. I mean, I should have caught it the first time. I only had that opportunity because I bobbled it. So it's not the ideal one-handed catch, but a catch is a catch at the end of the day. And the other one was just a great ball by Johnny. I think he actually dropped the snap, turned around, and just fired a perfect pass in the air. So, yeah.
How good were their defenders? I mean, they cover you guys one, they're stopping the run, they cover you one-on-one almost the whole game. I mean, it was a struggle,
Yeah, that was a really talented defense, and they game planned for us very well. They had some good keys on stuff we were doing, so it was definitely a good matchup out there.
JT, can you talk about the 4th and 1 play, the stop there, what you saw?
I was just coming off the edge, and there was a hinge block, but the quarterback had not given the ball up yet, so I just ran to the mesh, just tried to make a play.
Yeah, the penalties killed us. At the end of the day, we got to be more disciplined. It's something we preach. And, the personal foul took us out of one. We had the missed field goal on another. Those things against a team that's as disciplined and as good as Harvard, that's the recipe for a tough day. And it showed. When you're putting yourself in bad situations, it's tough to overcome those.
Coach Murphy called this team the best Princeton team seen in 4 years. How good do you think you are?
We're 6-0. I don't know. I mean, that's an incredible statement. Because the program they have here, and for him to say that, you're humbled, by that. But we'll see. We played 6 games, and we fought this one down to the very last play. And that's how the Ivy League typically is. It was a little unusual for the start we got out. We're going to have to find ways to win like this if we're going to be successful going forward. But I expected it to be a dogfight. They are so strong up front on both sides. The speed. We took one of our track guys that plays on our team to be a running back to imitate Champlin, and you still can't stop him. He is just so dynamic that way.
But you did do a better job in the second half.
Yeah, we probably did a better job in yards per carry than most teams, is my guess. But man, he has the ability to kind of bait you, and then boom. And we saw it a few times. And it's when you're on the sideline, you're watching that, your eyes get big because you're like, wow, that's a big time run.
So
Yeah, it was a tough day wind-wise too. I think both quarterbacks, it was struggled a little bit with accuracy, and not only accuracy, I think both the lines got pressure, at times. So I think it was a tough day to be out there because you did have a lot of time, and when you were throwing it, until the very end, there was a really stiff wind. And man, I mean, we got in those 2-minute drives. You're holding your breath because they were getting behind us, which isn't good.
So how good was your defense with that?
Oh, the first 55 minutes, we had the one drive where they converted 3 third downs. They hit the crossing route where they beat us across the way. They had the run. I forget what the third one was. And credit them; those were really well-designed plays that beat us. And you tip your cap to them on those. But other than that drive, I thought we bent a little bit, but I don't even call it bent. It was like their running backs are good. Their line is good. This was a fight, and I thought our defense played. They're tough to tackle, and they did get us a few times with extra yards, but there were some really good 4th down plays where we stopped them, and that was a back and forth thing, and we were a couple better.
And the way you like that coverage on onside kicks, the second one especially, part of what he could be helping in that situation. First one's really good.
Yeah, we got to work on that. We haven't worked as much on our 2-minute defense against an offense since camp, and most teams don't, that way. And I'm gonna have to reevaluate what we're doing because there was some confusion on what we wanted to be in terms of depth-wise and everything else. And we got some young guys back there, and they'll get better at it. And the throws and catches were, especially the first one in the back of the end zone, that was something else. That was a great catch.
The first one.
The first one they got us on, yeah. The other one they just beat us.
Coming in, we're third nationally in offense on third downs, and Harvard leads Ivy League in third down defense. Talk about that matchup.
Yeah, we talked about situational football during the week. That third downs and red zone were going to play huge factors, in this game. And they make you earn everything. They have a terrific pass rush. They're athletic. I don't know how many tackles 55 had, but it seemed like he was at least in double digits. Hill was all over the field, and he is so athletic for a big guy. It made it really hard. Their safeties, were coming up, and we felt like when we had the box blocked, that the safeties came up and they were tackling us for 40-yard gains, and that's that's frustrating because you feel like you did a good job and you only got 4 yards, and it was credit them. They really designed some really good things against us. And, but the third downs in particular, there were some fights. I mean, Graham Adamitis had a great one on that first drive. Later on, he bobbled one. That would have been a great catch. And that's how close it was. Do you get the first down or not? It was a matter of inches on both sides. And it really felt like back to my NFL days where these terrific athletes, and you had a window like this, and we're threading the window, and they still might make the play.
Thanks, guys. Harvard, you want more? One more.
How good were Jesper's 2 catches on that second quarter drive and then on the touchdown?
Yeah, I can't wait to watch him on film. I didn't feel like I got a good angle. I was watching some of the protection things, and I'll have to watch those on film. But I was looking up at the replay to see, and I didn't get a great view. I was too far away. But the guys in the box were pretty enthusiastic. They were. He's got great hands, and he makes the job of a coach a lot better because he comes up. He had a couple third down catches. I said it was like NFL plays. He had guys hanging on him and fall through it, and then they got him a couple times, which hasn't happened this year.
Thanks, guys.
Yep.